trying to figure himself out. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to do a little comparing. You can see things. You can taste things. You can touch things. You can write so well that you make someone drool. Do I have anyone who is daring enough?
I'm brave, but I wasn't taking chances with the prunes.
Marty Frazier, a fifth-grade teacher at the nationally recognized Cleveland Public Charter School, Citizens Academy, uses the gradual release approach, that is, modeled, guided, and independent practice, in this case, to teach children to write with vivid imagery.
The great thing about the skill set is it's very simple. It's kind of like taking baby steps. It's a very formulaic way of introducing a new concept that works very well for, a contained lesson. It's something you can do in a specific block of time. I think a great classroom culture is created when students know what to expect. Starting with teacher, moving into full group, then a small group. Finally, you're going to do it on your own. The gradual release model, it's very common sense. So I think about it as an I do, we do, and you do. So I show examples and I create ones myself in front of the class. Then I have the students work in groups. So that's the we do part. And finally, having the students practice it on their own.
We're learning about different ways to write, like similes, metaphors, hyperboles.
When Marty works with that model, the I, we, you, he has a clarity of thought. He really knows what to model, how to model it. There's no muddiness with the expectations.
It does help us when he has us do it as a class, then do it together, then do it independently because it's repeating, so it's easier to get in your head.
I mean, repetition works for me, and it is working for Cameron.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we really have time. You did a great job. I'm going to read over these more. We're embarking on a great unit. We're using a book by Sherman Alexie.
The absolutely true diary of a part-time Indian. So what makes this sentence catchy to you?
Alexie uses wonderful descriptions and imagery, so we're working on having the kids try to write that way too.
What makes this better than just saying, I was tall and thin and I had big feet? What do you think? So let's talk about what our objective is for today. We are going to be creating unique descriptions of characters and objects using imagery and descriptive language. And this is how we're going to do it.
They get a chance to watch the skill in action before they're responsible for understanding it.
I like gum. Gum is one of those things that activates a lot of senses. So I am going to tell you how I wrote about chewing gum. Then you are going to get to do one yourself. The glistening cube, as white as a skeleton, sits between my teeth, ready to chomp. Notice I picked a subject that I can easily describe. When I crush the dainty square between my curvy canines, I'm imagining all the ways it can affect my senses. Do you guys have questions on how I've done this or anything so far? Yes, ma'am. Creating a description. And then we're going to practice as a whole group. We're going to describe something all together. Notice I picked a subject that I can easily describe. Make a sour face.
And that's when the wildfire started. Like the 4th of July in my mouth.
Then they get a chance to work with peers.
The subject is Sour Patch Kids. All the senses that may be activated during the experience of eating a Sour Patch Kid. Okay, I like it. I'm going to challenge you, Rashawn. I think that's kind of weak. You said, I get a sour taste. What could you do to kick that up a notch? Make a sour face. Make a sour face. What could you write that would really show the sour taste that you're getting?
My face twists up like I'm eating a million lemons.
My face twists up like I'm eating a million lemons. I'm seeing you guys get it. I'm seeing the PICS. I'm seeing the pics. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move on to a small group demonstration. My favorite part is when we get to work together with other students because it's like we help each other. I am going to give each of you one curiously strong Altoid. What is the experience like? Talk to your partner. What have you come up with to describe your Altoid experience?
I knew the pink, innocent look he meant was danger from the start. It was like the 4th of July in my mouth. It burnt my nose at the first whiff, and that's when the wildfire started.
Wow, that was spectacular. To see if you can hear how she and her group made your senses feel. What senses did it activate for you guys? And then finally, you're going to get to do it all by yourself. Okay? Some of you will be getting an Oreo. Some of you will be getting a prune.
And then sort of sliding into independent work.
I want you to think of yourself as a daring explorer
I'm brave, but
who's going someplace that not everybody can go. It's your job to recount the experience for other people as to what a prune tastes like, feels like, smells like. Do I have anyone who is daring enough?
So having that independent piece at the end, you can check for understanding.
I like that. Dark like midnight.
It helps us be more independent.
Cool, I like it.
We can do it without other people telling us what to do. As I open the wrapper, I think about changing my mind, but I don't. The gooey object makes me sick to my stomach. Blech, that's disgusting. Right after I swallow. Uh-oh.
Is that the end?
And the other thing that's good about this model is there's no surprises. It just provides a nice, clear outline and framework for a lesson.
First, he tells us what to do, and then we do it in a group, and then we do it on our own.
he gets into it and learns it and have us learn it.
Cameron thinks Mr. Frazier is great. She loves him. She's definitely grown.
We're doing a nice job. I like that you're willing to push yourselves.
At the end of the day, the question that all the teachers are asking themselves is, well, is what I'm doing helping the student learn more? And if you can answer yes, then you're on the right track.
All my taste buds were gone, and forever I shall be eating bland food.